Now on CoastTV News.
A mild start to the day here along the coast. Our forecast to help you get out the door. Coming up in just a moment.
Flames fury, the intense wildfire in Kansas. We have the damage that's been done and where the effort in dealing with it stands today.
Eclipse Mania, we have video from our very own Bob Trahi in the path of totality. We have the excitement of how this unique event was experienced here on Delmarva.
Worcester's whopping budget. We have what is proposed for education and some of the increases officials are dealing with as a deadline approaches.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. It's Tuesday, April 9th, 2024.
Yeah, super 70-degree temperatures today. Upper 70s, shorts, sun's out. You know the saying?
Guns
out.
That's right.
There's another
kind
one.
of. No, we're not going to the other one.
It's a family show.
It's a family show. We're going to move on. Although shorts, I can't do shorts today. Can you?
Yes.
Really?
Absolutely.
I feel like it's like the wind, a slight chill.
No.
You're going full send.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll be out and it'll be spectacular.
Okay. Matt in his shorts.
That's too much coffee in me.
I'll be in a light jacket. Let's bring in first alert meteorologist Alex Seymour, though. Alex, maybe somewhere in the middle between the two of us is good for today.
I'm with Matt. I'm bringing out the shorts today. This morning probably wouldn't go with the shorts. I'd probably have the long pants on this morning, but this afternoon I'm going to go home, take a nap, but then when I'm waking up, it's going to be shorts, it's going to be short sleeve shirts, and I'm going to be outside the rest of the day enjoying some of these beautiful temperatures that we're going to be seeing. Temperatures are going to be climbing up into the mid to upper 70s this afternoon. Right now, though, as I take a live look out on our Boardwalk Plaza Hotel camera in Rehoboth Beach, a few high, thin clouds out there. Nothing that's that huge of a deal. Winds are light. Temperature sitting right around 51 degrees. Mild start to the day. It is cool in some spots. So this morning, you probably need those jeans. You probably need at least a long sleeve shirt. Maybe not a jacket, though. 48 degrees in Milton currently. It's 49 in Lewis, 51 in Rehoboth Beach, 52 degrees in Ocean City. The winds, they're light, 5 miles per hour or less. They're going to remain light all day long. We are going to be seeing these clouds, these high, thin clouds slide through all day long. So we're going to see a gray tint to the sky, but it's not going to be too thick of that cloud cover. There will be some sun trying to peek throughout the daytime hours. Thicker cloud cover moves in during the overnight hours tonight, though. Hiking forecast for today. Go to some of our state parks today. Get outside and enjoy this warmth, climbing up well into the 70s, mid to upper 70s this afternoon.
Alex, we have some shocking video to show you here. Wildfires burning thousands of acres. Multiple homes in Kansas. The fire, which began burning over the weekend, has now swallowed up more than 3,000 acres, with one home, several buildings destroyed in its path. After days of trying, around 80% of the wildfire now contained. No more homes or structures are expected to be threatened.
The sky was not only the limit yesterday, it was also the talk of the town. The video you're seeing right now is some video from the eclipse from Ohio. This was taken by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahi, who traveled there to Ohio to see the historic event in the path of totality.
And along our coast, we counted more than 30 people at both the South Coastal Library and the Delaware Seashore State Park watch parties. Several pinhole projectors were at the Seashore State Park. They were provided near Tower 3 for people to safely view the eclipse through a protective lens. And there were kids present in the cheer center. They also brought seniors out for an eclipse excursion. When the eclipse got close to reaching its peak, everyone just kicked back, relaxed, and took in the stellar show. We spoke to two people at this watch party who saw the eclipse in 2017.
Because it doesn't happen often, I hope that everybody, that can is taking advantage of the experience and being able to actually see it occur, because it's going to be a long time before we see it again.
What was cooler was you could just use this box, which was amazing. They had them here, the Park Service, so it worked out really well. I couldn't find any glasses.
And the next total solar eclipse for the world will be in 2026, but that one will not be visible in the U.S. We won't get a chance to see another one on Delmarva for at least 20 years. This does bring us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, what did you think about the eclipse?
57% of you say it was beautiful. 31% of you say a little underwhelming. Again, I think I'm kind of in between those two. It was beautiful, but at least where we were, I expected it to be a little bit darker, but that's fine. Still, 11% of you say you missed it. That's all right. Maybe you missed it on purpose. You wanted to stay inside. All fine answers. Go ahead and vote if you haven't. You can go to coasttv.com or our mobile app. As we move on now this morning, we have an update in the story of the man accused of sending threatening notes to Milford School District, which caused a lockdown last month. Police have arrested the man you see on your screen, Thomas Caffrey. Police say he was arrested at his home. Now, you may recall, police say he sent a note to schools with concerning language, including one saying, "You have been warned." He's now facing 4 counts of harassment. Well, a roundabout near the 5 Points intersection in Lewis still hasn't opened up. It's been delayed for a whole month from its original plans. DelDOT says that thanks to recent heavy rainfall in the area, traffic on that roundabout will have to wait a little bit longer. Zachary Flores Reyes says the project that's meant to alleviate congestion concerns is really the problem.
The people have to go all the way around. You're putting more traffic on other roads, and it's just, things are backing up. I feel like 24 has been, heavier in traffic since this started too.
Now, DelDOT expects to have a new date for the roundabout to open later this week. Once traffic is allowed on the roundabout, the next step is to connect Route 9 and that circle.
We have an update on the story that we've been covering for quite some time, in fact. It's about the traffic congestion and parking issues in Rehoboth Beach. The city hired an engineering firm to help come up with plans to deal with it. And on Monday, that firm, the Rossi Group, presented their report. Now, here's some of the newer proposals: getting the city to include time restrictions for metered spaces and extending the paid parking season from May 1st to October 31st. Also, improve bicycle signage and to come up with a charging station development plan. Long-term recommendations are adding bike lanes and a feasibility study to develop a parking garage downtown. City officials will now determine when or if they will go forward with these plans. Over $100 million in education spending, that is what the Worcester County Commissioners are looking at this morning during their budget workshop that is scheduled. The over $109 million figure represents a nearly 9% increase from what was approved in 2024. 2 months ago, the county's Board of Education approved cost of living increases of 6% for teachers, 6.5% for support staff and bus drivers. School board estimates the county will receive $26 million from the state of Maryland to cover part of these expenses. A new budget must be in place by June 4th.
New this morning, Ocean City to discuss its budget at a meeting today as well, according to their town's agenda. One of the items to be discussed, recommendations for parking garage standards. The town says the city manager, Terry Green, will be present. Information on this topic. This meeting is scheduled for today at 1 p.m. Again, this is just a discussion, no action expected just yet.
Happening today, more on the attempt to make changes in Fenwick Island that are designed for both pedestrian and driver safety. The focus is on Route 1, Coastal Highway. Areas targeted are sidewalks and crosswalks. Town is also looking into traffic calming measures, and we are still in the planning stages here with Fenwick Island's Pedestrian Safety Committee.
A decision has been made on a proposal that would add more workforce housing to Georgetown. Town Council voted to accept the conditional use application for the 107 Depot Street Rehab Project. That's also known as the Old Ice House Project. Now, according to the town, this project's goal is to transform the 3-story building on Depot Street that used to be an ice storage facility. It will be turned into a building with office spaces and a basement on the first floor, and then 25 residential apartments above.
Breaking news from overnight: Connecticut makes it 2 in a row. The Huskies defeat Purdue 75-60 in a successful defense of their NCAA basketball championship. UConn becomes the first team to win back-to-back titles in 17 years. National championship is the 6th in program history. Well, more on Connecticut's win later on CoastTV News Today. Happening tonight, home opener for the Shorebirds. Team is still looking for their first win of the season. They were swept in a 3-game set at Fredericksburg. First pitch at Purdue Stadium, 7:05 against the Salem Red Sox. Moving on, former President Trump finally releasing his stance on abortion. Trump saying that the decision should be left up to the states, and that he strongly believes in the right to an abortion in cases of rape, incest, and the health of the mother.
Yeah, Trump now faces a firestorm of members from his own party. This while President Biden swung through the Midwest Monday, touting his plans to erase student loan debt for millions of Americans. That plan not really getting so much positive reaction from both sides of the aisle. NBC's Drew Petchimo shows us the latest from each candidate in this race to the White House.
Abortion is an issue that Democrats plan to make central to their campaign against Republicans and Donald Trump. And now there's open conflict in the Republican Party over its path forward on the issue. South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, a Trump ally, vowing to continue pushing for a national 15-week abortion ban. This after Trump posted a video announcing he believes the issue should be left to states.
Many states will be different. Many will have a different number of weeks, or some will have more conservative than others, and that's what they will be. At the end of the day, this is all about the will of the people.
Trump's former Vice President Mike Pence calling it a slap in the face to anti-abortion voters. The pro-life group, Susan B. Anthony, saying it is deeply disappointed. Democrats promising to target Trump over his record on abortion.
It's okay.
Including appointing the Supreme Court justices who overturned Roe v. Wade. Meanwhile, President Biden on the campaign trail in Wisconsin, announcing new measures to cancel student loans for some Americans.
This relief can be life-changing, life-changing. Folks, I will never stop to deliver student debt relief on hardworking Americans.
The plan cancels or reduces debt for 30 million people, but like other attempts by the Biden administration to cancel student debt, it will likely face legal challenges. Both candidates aiming to find the right message for their voters as the campaign builds. Drew Petrimo, NBC News, Washington.
We're just getting started this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Coming up, page, mysterious fire in Wycomico County. It's now under investigation, and we'll show you the damage caused to a house. Neighbors say no one has been living there for years.
Also, a cool exhibit on coastal bays. We're telling you the important impact of this exhibit.
And hundreds of pilots grounded by Spirit Airlines. How an issue with the planes caused the company to make this decision. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
I'm a public school teacher. I know lots of people said, I can do that. Come and try it for a day.
A lot of our challenges are funding.
Teachers often go in their own pocket to make sure students have backpacks, pencils. David Trone, that's pushed for more public school funding and public school teachers.
And it's so great to have someone at the national level that's going to be on our side.
David Trone's always supported teachers. Now Maryland teachers have overwhelmingly endorsed David.
David would definitely get an A+.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
Our soldiers are heroes who protect our country. But when they come home, it's up to us to help our heroes. Now, during FH Fur's Spring Into Giving campaign, for every $29 cooling system tune-up we perform, we'll donate that amount directly to Wounded Warrior Project. FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. Call 877-CALL-FUR or visit FHFur.com to schedule your $29 cooling system tune-up. And use hashtag SpringIntoGiving to share how you're giving back.
No strangers here, just friends you've not met yet. With an outside patio and inside charm, Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant Milton is a local's favorite on the banks of the Broadkill River. Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant Lewis, gorgeous views, free parking, and the best happy hour at the beach, with room for everyone. And for a truly special event, go no further than the Lewis Room at Irish Eyes. The panoramic views, in-house chef, and professional team will make it easy to plan your next event. Find out more at irisheyespub.com.
Whatever your struggle, there's hope. Call Homes for Hope to schedule your same-day appointment.
We're seeing a pretty mild start to the day here along the coast. Temps in the 40s and 50s here along the coast to start out. You probably want at least a long sleeve this morning. You may be able to get away with it, especially if you're at the beaches without long sleeves, and just kind of deal with it for an hour or so before those temperatures really start to warm up. They're going to warm up quite nicely this afternoon. We're heading into the mid to upper 70s, so a good day to get outside, maybe do a little bit of cycling outside. This morning, we got the yellow bicycle. That's strictly because some of us are down into the 40s, but we're going to be climbing through the 50s and 60s throughout the morning hours, and then we're heading towards the 70s this afternoon and evening.
After a 6-month-long nationwide search, Rehoboth Beach has a new city manager. The City Board of Commissioners made that announcement on Monday. Taylor Tedder had most recently been working as a city manager for Boulder City in Nevada. His tentative start date is May 15th. And in a press release, Mayor Stan Mills called him, quote, fiscally savvy, adding he's enthusiastic and energetic. Starting today, expect lane closures on Route 1 at Old Landing Road in Rehoboth Beach. DelDOT says Coastal Highway will be reduced from 3 lanes to 2 in both directions. Old Landing Road will have a single left turn lane closure. This is for final roadway surface improvement. Work is scheduled from 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. with a rain date of April 10th. Got another closure to tell you about. Lowe's Crossing Road in Millsboro between Jones Church Road and Pear Tree Road. That'll be closed starting Monday, April 15th. Work is needed for the installation of a new crossroad pipe, and DelDOT says that closure is set to last until the 16th.
Tesla has settled a high-profile lawsuit over its controversial automated driving system. The family of Walter Huang filed the wrongful death suit against Tesla after his Model X crashed in 2018 while autopilot was engaged. They allege the technology is not as safe as Tesla claims and that the company knew it had flaws that could make it unsafe. Just before jury selection was set to begin in the wrongful death lawsuit, a settlement was announced. Some Spirit airline pilots going to have a slow fall. The airline is planning to furlough about 260 pilots in September. That's because the airline reached a deal with Airbus to delay all aircraft deliveries for the next year or so. Spirit flies an all-Airbus fleet, but the other issue is Spirit had some ground some of those A320neo planes due to problems with their engines that were made by Pratt & Whitney. Still ahead this morning, new exhibit on Maryland's coastal bays. We're telling you how the project showcases the importance of the bays and the animals that reside in them.
Well, we're looking at some warm spring conditions here along the coast for the next few days. I'll let you know just how warm it will get coming up just after the break on Coast TV News Today.
Hi, I just had to tell you Valley Casino has partnered with Bet Rivers in Delaware.
We've got lots and lots of exciting slots and table games to play.
With really fast payouts and a rewards program you'll love! Plus, with award-winning customer service, the excitement never stops. Is this awkward?
So get ready, casino fans. And Brittany. Bet Rivers and Valley Casino, together in Delaware. Download the app today.
Discover the lodges of coastal Delaware, featuring 2 exceptional communities with one goal: life your way. The life at the lodge at Truett Homestead is like being on vacation every day, featuring worry-free independent living and unparalleled amenities with the convenience of a monthly rental community. Moving right down the road, experience refreshing coastal living at the Lodge at Historic Lewis, offering independent living, assisted living, and our Compass Memory Care program. Engage in vibrant activities, build lasting connections, and savor each moment. Visit our website or call today to learn how to make the lodge lifestyle yours.
16 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here.
Tired of looking at the same old faded siding on your home? Give your home a new makeover with quality siding from Spicer Brothers. At Spicer Brothers, we're your partners in transforming your home into a masterpiece. Our team of skilled professionals are dedicated to delivering top quality craftsmanship and exceptional customer service. And right now, save 50% off siding installation and get free gutters. Plus, take advantage of no interest and no payments until 2026. Add value to your home with new siding from Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Time is 6:17. We're showing you a live look at Rehoboth Beach just before the sunrise. Just a great shot there. Finally, I got one. Paige usually gets these spectacular videos. I get one here as we're looking forward to a very nice temperature day today, Alex.
Yeah, overall, today's looking beautiful. Probably want a little bit more sunshine this afternoon since we're going to be seeing a lot of high clouds out there. But this morning, beautiful sunrise, mild start, and then this afternoon, it's going to be really warm, even with a little bit of those gray skies out there. Tyndall's Casual Furniture camera in Laurel this morning. Gorgeous view of that sunrise this morning. We haven't seen that any thicker cloud cover move in just yet, and if anything, the high-thin clouds actually just enhancing the color of the sunrise this morning. Temperatures out there sitting right around 49 degrees in Laurel, but there are several locations all across Delmarva where we're already in the 50s at this hour. It's 51 in Rehoboth Beach, 53 in Bethany Beach, 52 in Ocean City, 50 in Millsboro currently, 47 degrees in Milton this morning. The winds, they're light, not a concern. so it doesn't make it feel any colder since we're only seeing winds 5 miles per hour or less. There's those high thin clouds. That's going to continue to be what filters through the region throughout the daytime hours. This thicker cloud cover off to our south and west, that shouldn't really get into our area until we head into the evening hours, and then during the overnight hours especially. We may even see some rain during the overnight hours. Daytime hours though, we stay dry. This afternoon, take a look at this. Temperatures climbing well into the mid to upper 70s. You'll want to spend some time outside this afternoon. Ignore these 50s that our in-house futurecast is trying to show at our beaches. We're going to at least make it into the 60s this afternoon. Pretty similar conditions tomorrow once we get past that thicker cloud cover overnight tonight. A few rain showers overnight tonight. Tomorrow afternoon, we may actually see more sunshine than what we see this afternoon, and that is going to allow our temperatures to also soar tomorrow. Well into the 70s. Again, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Get outside and enjoy it. We're still right around 70 degrees, even as we head towards Thursday around the midday hours. But Thursday, we're going to see clouds increase. We're going to see rain showers move into the area during the afternoon and evening hours. You're going to want an umbrella. And then we see heavy rain and thunderstorms move into the area Thursday night heading into Friday morning. That's as a cold front starts to slide through the region. This cold front, though, isn't really going to bring that cold of air into the region as we head into the weekend. It's just a slight drop in temps. Average high, 64 degrees. We're going to go from 78 today into the mid-60s, but still 2 degrees above average on Saturday, and that's going to be the coolest day over the next 7 to 10 days. Is 66 degrees on Saturday. It's still going to be gorgeous. You're still going to want to spend some time outside. Our UV index over the next few days, even with clouds at times, when we do see the sunshine, our UV index is going to climb to about a 6. That's our UV index forecast sponsored by Ocean City, Maryland. So that is a high UV index. So make sure you're wearing that sunscreen if you plan on spending any extended time outside, which I would recommend that you do because it is going to be so warm. Our Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling 7-day forecast. 78 degrees today, 76 on Wednesday. Rain showers very early on in the morning. The afternoon hours will be dry. Thunderstorms late in the day on Thursday. Cools us off into the 60s Friday and Saturday, and then take a look at that. Sunday back up to 72 and then 78 once again by Monday.
Thank you, Alex. The Maryland Coastal Bays program has acquired a 16-foot outdoor enclosed exhibit right off of Sinapatuxet Bay. Inside the exhibit, it will feature a 16-foot mural, 3D models of marsh and different plants and animals, and will include a panel that will have written information so people can learn more about the coastal bays. Liz Wiss, the education coordinator there, hopes this will teach people about the importance of the bays around them.
Hopefully they'll realize the impacts that they could have when they live here, but we really just wanted to kind of highlight our natural resources and the heritage of this region.
Coastal Bays Boardwalk exhibit is set to be revealed this summer with a sneak peek look at the mural happening in May.
Coming up on CoastTV News today, a mysterious fire in Wycomico County now under investigation. We're telling you what Delmarva Power confirmed prior to that fire. We'll be right back.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Dive into the extraordinary this spring at Bella Terrace Garden Center. Discover rare wonders, vibrant annuals, perennials, a wide range of native plants, and lush tropicals. With over 20 years of expertise, trust us to elevate your curb appeal. Explore our website and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for insider tips, inspiration, and exclusive deals that will take your gardening to the next level. Experience the possibilities at our garden center right off Route 16 between Milton and Allendale.
$6 billion. The total economy of a small country. Now a cash grab for Fat Cat Delaware lawyers. Because Chancellor Kathleen McCormick is doing their bidding. She stopped a legally binding contract in order to grant them billions in legal fees. That's a $300,000 an hour cash grab for McCormick's future bosses, while everyday Delawareans barely scrape by. What does McCormick have to say about these Delaware Fat Cat lawyers? We've always had each other's backs.
In Sussex County, Beach Mobile Home and RV Supply has the parts you need. Powered by over 30,000 square feet of inventory at brass sales and an amazingly knowledgeable staff, we offer plumbing, electrical, windows, doors, tubs, showers, and even roofing and skirting for your manufactured home. Plus an extensive selection of parts and supplies for your RV no matter the class, size, or style. Beach Mobile Home and RV Supply in Long Neck, Delaware. Your home improvement superstore for all your manufactured housing and RV needs.
Taking you back to the decade of neon colors, big hair, and of course, great music. Join me, April, every morning at 8 a.m. on 107.1 The Duck as I play some of your favorite tunes from back in the day. It's April's Awesome 80s, sponsored by Easton Auto Care and Denton Auto Care and Tire.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on CoastTV.
Milton is the latest community in our area to deal with affordable housing. Town officials will hear a presentation from Sussex County Planning and Zoning Department, and this is regarding the county's efforts to increase workforce housing. It's scheduled for Thursday, April 11th at 4 p.m. at Grace Church.
Go ahead, take a look at your screens now. We have a video of a fire in Del Mar early Monday morning. The two-story home on East State Street. Fire officials say that according to neighbors, people had not even been living there in almost 20 years. Officials say no one was inside the home during that fire. Delmarva Power had actually disconnected electric service to the house prior to that fire. The cause is still under investigation.
There's some potentially exciting news out of Selbyville for anyone interested in history. The museum, this building that we're showing you here, this is on Railroad Avenue in downtown. It's now open for visitors. The museum will be open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the third Saturday of each month, now until October. That means you can visit it this month on April 20th, and inside you'll find different kinds of railroad and town artifacts that date back to the earliest town agricultural days to the late 20th century, and admission is free.
Lewis wants to protect its trees. The city looking at an ordinance to create protection requirements for trees during construction. The city is looking at requirements such as placing signage in work zones and creating barriers around the trees. City officials are also looking into what types of activities would be allowed in protected tree zones, whether that be things like driving or parking equipment near protected areas.
And we bring back First Alert meteorologist Alex Seymour. We've been talking about it most of this morning. We are working on warm temperatures for this Tuesday.
Yeah, looking at some very warm temperatures this Tuesday, especially across inland locations, but even at the beaches. We're going to be climbing up into the 60s to close to 70 degrees this morning. Starting out on the mild side, you probably don't need too thick of a coat this morning or a coat at all, as temperatures already starting out in the 50s on parts of Del Mar, but probably want those long sleeves at least, though. 52 degrees in Bethany Beach currently, is 51 in Rehoboth Beach, 50 in Millsboro, 50 degrees currently in Georgetown. By this afternoon, though, you can probably bring out the shorts, you can bring out the short sleeve shirts, even at the beaches. Take a look at that Finn Oak Island by noon, up to 70 degrees. We're going to see a lot of clouds, but the winds are going to be light, so even with the clouds, it's going to feel pretty nice out there throughout the daytime hours ahead. Lewis and Rehoboth Beach also climbing up into the mid to upper 60s with those mainly cloudy skies, partly to mostly cloudy skies, I should say. Inland, we're heading to the mid to upper 70s.
Alex, thank you. Coming up after the break on Coast TV News today, millions in Maryland, the Worcester County, to discuss its budget later this morning. We're telling you possible allocations officials are considering.
Also, a roundabout red light, figuratively that is, what's holding up the big traffic project at the 5 Points intersection in Lewis.
And a shocking wildfire in Kansas causing devastating damage. We're telling you where efforts to put them now stands. Coast TV News today. We'll be right back.
Looking for fitness that fits your budget? Join Planet Fitness now through April 12th. Save big when you join the judgment-free zone for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. That's right. We've dropped our enrollment fee to just $1, so it's easy to start getting that big fitness energy. Never intimidated. Always free fitness training, equipment for every workout. And most clubs open 24 hours, so you can get in, get energized, and get going. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry. Deal ends Friday, April 12th.
Mark your calendars for Runway, a formal style fashion show, Sunday, April 21st at the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center. Prepare to be dazzled by stunning looks from Rehoboth's finest boutiques, live music and entertainment, plus champagne and hors d'oeuvres. Tickets are $50 and are available now. Treat yourself to a fun and stylish evening you won't soon forget. For more information, visit Rehoboth Beach Main Street's Facebook page.
Bright yellow dandelions, a clear signal that the time for prevention is now, for crabgrass and clover are soon to follow. Hillside Lawn Service has been making lawns around the Chesapeake healthier and weed-free for over 30 years. They don't mow it, they grow it. Hillside certified agronomists test your soil, apply exactly what it needs and nothing it doesn't. Their high-efficiency formulas help protect our waterways. Switch to Hillside now and get $25 off their annual maintenance program. Call Hillside Lawn Service for your free assessment.
Is your crawl space wet and has a bad odor? Did you know the air you breathe in your home starts in your crawl space? Dark, damp spaces breed mold and mildew, which can be linked to allergies and asthma. Our dry time crawl space encapsulation will solve your moisture problems for good. Enjoy a drier, healthier, and more energy efficient home thanks to our unique understanding and experience of successful treating and eliminating crawl space moisture.
Remember, Delmarva, quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
Now on Coast TV News.
A mild start to the day here along the coast. Our forecast to help you get out the door coming up in just a moment.
Milford manhunt ends. We have details of the arrest in the case that forced a lockdown of the city's schools last month.
Roundabout roadblock, the recent delay of the 5 Points project in Lewis, and an updated time frame from DelDOT.
Big dollars for education. It's part of Worcester County's proposed budget as officials work to meet a June deadline.
This is Coast TV News Today.
April 9th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, 6:29 on this Tuesday morning. And Paige, I left some weeds for you back at my house because I know you say you like weeding. So I'm like, I was thinking of pulling some, now Paige is back in town.
I'll do it. I love pulling weeds. I did some this weekend at my house, and I didn't even put my gloves on.
Yeah.
I just went for it.
I'd never known anyone. She's serious.
Yeah.
I'm not. I know I'm being snarky here, but she likes.
I do. I don't like any other yard
You're the
work.
only person I've known that enjoys that.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't like planting flowers, trees, watering. I can't keep even a cactus alive, but I like pulling weeds. It's satisfying.
Okay.
When the roots come out and you get to throw it in the bag.
Yeah, I do like to get those roots out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm really good at it.
How dare you interrupt my sidewalk?
I still need to make my weeding business, but we'll get there eventually. Okay. I'll let you know, guys, how to hire me when that day comes. But for now, if you enjoy yard work, probably a fine day for that. We'll bring in first alert meteorologist Alex Seymour. Alex, maybe though people don't want to do yard work, they want to just relax outside.
Yeah, maybe they do want to just relax outside. But going back to the weeds thing, I'm going to have to hire you also because that is my least favorite thing to do, especially the dandelions because they just get rooted in there so deeply and it's so difficult to get out. I'll plant flowers any and every day of the week, but actually pulling out the weeds around them, that's a whole nother story. Right now, to take a live look out on our Boardwalk Plaza Hotel camera in Rehoboth Beach. A gorgeous start to the day here along the coast. We've got some high thin clouds sliding through the region, enhancing the color of the sunrise this morning. We've even seen a couple people. There's one person out there on the beach enjoying the sunrise this morning. Temperatures pretty mild to start out, 50 degrees right now in Rehoboth Beach. We're in the 40s and 50s all across the region this morning, especially at the beaches where we're in the low to mid 50s. 52 degrees in Ocean City, 51 in Bethany Beach, 50 in Rehoboth Beach. A little cooler in Lewis where we're currently sitting at 46. It's 46 in Redden State Forest, 50 in Georgetown, 47 degrees in Delmar. Those temperatures though going to be quick to rise throughout the morning hours, heading to the 60s by mid-morning and then 70s this afternoon. Winds, they're going to be rather light. Cloud cover wise, we do have those high thin clouds, but there is going to be some sunshine that is able to shine through them. The thicker cloud cover off to our south and west should not really move into the area until late this afternoon into the evening hours. Most of it's going to kind of thin out as it pushes up into the mid-Atlantic region. So our UV index today, our UV index forecast sponsored by Ocean City, Maryland, still looking at a UV index of about a 6. So that means it only takes about 30 minutes to burn. So if you do plan on spending extended time outside, just be aware of that. It is going to be warm. Going to be a day that I recommend spending some extended time outside, maybe play some pickleball. Temperatures climbing well into the 60s at the beaches and in locations if you're playing pickleball. Say in Georgetown, it's going to be mid to upper 70s.
Not bad, Alex. Thank you so much. We have some shocking video now to show you of wildfires burning thousands of acres and multiple homes in Kansas. This fire, which began burning over the weekend, has now swallowed up more than 3,000 acres there. One home, several buildings destroyed in its path, and after days of trying, around 80% of that wildfire is now contained. No more homes or structures are expected to be threatened.
Sky was not only the limit yesterday, but also the talk of the town. Here's some video on your screen from the eclipse totality in Ohio. This was taken by our first alert meteorologist, Bob Trihey, who traveled there to see the historic event in the path of totality. We have an update in the story of the man accused of sending threatening notes sent to Milford School District that caused a lockdown in March. Police have arrested the man that you see on your screen right there. His name's Thomas Caffery. Police say he was arrested at his house. You might recall that he sent a note, according to police, to the schools with concerning language, including the text, "You have been warned." He He's now facing 4 counts of harassment.
The attempt to ease traffic near the 5 Points intersection in Lewis continues to be delayed.
Coast TV reporter Tori Seagrave shows us what's slowing things down and talks with local commuters impacted by the long-promised project.
Zachary Flores Reyes was born and raised in Lewis. He says with delays to the big roundabout project near 5 Points, traffic is becoming worse than before.
The people have to go all the way around. You're putting more traffic on other roads, and it's just, things are backing up. I feel like 24 has been, heavier in traffic since this started too.
This phase of the project was expected to happen in March. According to DelDOT, the delay of allowing traffic into the roundabout comes with the 6 inches of rain that's accumulated since the beginning of March, making for parts of the project like paving difficult. Other drivers like Sam Millman says she expects delays with any road work and is hopeful the solution to the congestion is worth the wait.
I feel like 5 Points before, people used to get really confused coming up to the light as to what they're supposed to do and where they can go and can't go. So I'm hoping that maybe with the roundabout it'll make that a little bit smoother.
Once traffic is allowed in the roundabout, the next step will be to connect Route 9 and the Circle. DelDOT tells me they hope to have a new opening date for traffic in the roundabout by the end of the week. I'm Tori Seagraves in Lewis, Coast TV News.
Over $100 million in education spending. That's what the Worcester County Commissioners are looking at this morning during their budget workshop that's scheduled. The over $109 million figure, it represents a nearly 9% increase from what was approved in 2024. 2 months ago, the county's Board of Education approved cost of living increases of 6% for teachers, 6.5% for support staff and bus drivers. The school board estimates that the county will receive $26 million from the state of Maryland to cover part of these expenses, and a new budget must be in place by June 4th.
We're going to take a live look now at our nation's capital. Controversy in Washington, D.C. as President Biden pushing for more cancellation of student loan debt in the lead up to the 2024 election.
It's the latest attempt that does go against a Supreme Court ruling. Biden working on another round of having American taxpayers cover student loan debt.
The White House claims this will help more than 30 million borrowers.
If this plan stands, it would affect federal borrowers who have unpaid interest beyond a certain threshold of 20 or more years in repayment.
Now, last year, in a 6-3 ruling, the Supreme Court said Biden had overstepped his authority when he announced that up to $400 billion in student loan debt would be canceled.
More news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up, Maryland looking for applicants to serve on one of its fishery advisory panels. We're telling you how you can apply with the deadline that is quickly approaching.
And UConn is king, how the Huskies beat the Purdue giant Zach Edey in the NCAA men's basketball title game. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Positive, focused,
supportive, and goal-oriented. These are just a few qualities of coaches who inspire their athletes.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and make a $500 donation to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an extra donation to their program.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
Delmarva Sports Network, coach who makes a difference. Brought to you by Preston Automotive Group.
In 2019, 2 visionaries banded together behind a restaurant to create the ultimate pizza, starting from scratch, just like our dough. At the Dough Bar, everything is a season for a reason. From our gourmet specialty pizzas to our signature sandwiches and mouth-watering entrees, we use high-quality ingredients for a freshness you'll crave. Enjoy our specialty cocktails with 16 craft brews on tap, or toast your own s'mores tableside by the water. Order online or visit the Dough Bar, Milton, Delaware's hidden gem.
And making my clients top priority has helped me be the #1 realtor in Delaware 2 years in a row. Our team is growing so we can continue to make our clients top priority. At Pam Price & Associates, you are surrounded by trusted professionals to ensure you have the best experience possible. Loving where you live is our passion. Whether you are buying or selling, we will help you through the entire process. So let Pam Price & Associates help you get to your next destination.
Good morning, Delmarva. Well, we're seeing an absolutely gorgeous start to the day here along the coast. Just take a look at this view out on our Boardwalk Plaza Hotel camera in Rehoboth Beach. An absolutely stunning sunrise in Rehoboth Beach. If you can, get outside now. Watch this sunrise. Temperatures sitting right around 50 degrees. Just a few high thin clouds enhancing that color. You even see a couple people enjoying the sunrise on the beach this morning. Temperatures, they're going to be quickly rising throughout the morning hours. We're already in the low 50s, some of us down into the mid to upper 40s, but we're quickly going to be rising into the 60s by mid-morning, 70s this afternoon. Clouds, we're going to be dealing with them all day long. So it is going to be a bit more gray this afternoon, seeing thin high clouds right now, thicker high clouds this afternoon, and then we're going to be seeing all these low clouds across the southeast U.S. They're going to start to push into the region as we head into the overnight hours. But for the most part, today is going to be a day where you want to spend some time outside. Our fishing forecast for today, temperatures climbing up into the mid to upper 70s this afternoon.
Dewey Beach is looking at the placement of trees and tree removal. There will be a discussion and possible vote on how much a penalty someone could be charged for improper tree removal within the town. The town is set to meet on this at 3:30 p.m. on Friday, and this is to discuss any potential changes to town code.
Heads up, if you live in Ellendale and have some yard waste you need to get rid of, the town will pick up extended now until April 18th. Homeowners can place yard waste like grass clippings or tree branches out by their curbs near the driveways until the 18th. Pickup service is free. It's open to anyone living in Ellendale.
Happening tonight, it is the home opener for the Shorebirds. Team still looking for their first win of the season after being swept in a 3-game set at Fredericksburg. First pitch, Purdue Stadium, 7:05 p.m. tonight against the Salem Red Sox.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yeah, Delmarva is no stranger to legendary programs. Cape Lacrosse, Pocomoke Field Hockey, Salisbury, and well, just about everything. Well, I grew up with one of my own in Storrs, Connecticut, and the Huskies are officially a rare breed after last night's national title. UConn dismantled one-seeded Purdue for the program's 6th men's basketball championship. They are the first program to win back-to-back titles since Florida in 2006 and 2007. It ties North Carolina for the 3rd most of all time. Only Kentucky and UCLA have more. Tristan Newton led the way with 20 points in the win, securing the award for the tournament's most outstanding player. Meanwhile, the highlights for the Boilermakers like these, far and few between. Zach Edey goes for 37, but it was the Huskies topping Purdue 75-60, giving Connecticut a margin of victory of 23.3 points per game, the highest ever in the game's preeminent tournament. For head coach Danny Hurley, his company is even fewer. Only John Wooden, Mike Krzyzewski, and Billy Donovan have gone back-to-back as head coaches since the 60s, and the Huskies have officially run college basketball since the turn of the century. Here on the shore, we'll have Del Mar and Sussex Tech baseball at 4:15 on DSN. That'll do for sports this morning.
In your entertainment news, an American Saga is getting a French debut. David Daniel has that and some more in today's Hollywood Minute.
What you build, they will burn down.
Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 1 is set to premiere at the Cannes Film Festival, out of competition. Kevin Costner's latest Western epic is a planned 4-film series spanning the 4 years of the U.S. Civil War. Parts 1 and 2 are due in theaters June 28th and August 16th.
The whole world will be watching. We can't afford to lose to the Russians. We need to shoot the backup version of the moon landing.
You mean to fake it?
Woody Harrelson's government flack convinces marketing maven Scarlett Johansson to stage a lunar landing, just in case launch director Channing Tatum's team can't pull off the real thing in the first trailer for Fly Me to the Moon. The space-age comedy drama takes off in theaters July 12th. Or does it?
I think we should have gotten Kubrick.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Here's what's happening today at 4 on Coast Life. It's Unicorn Day, so we have a fun unicorn-themed snack for you to try with your family. And the perfect place for you to unwind. We're taking you inside Forgotten 50 Distillery. All that and more today at 4 on Coast Life.
Well, some wet weather will be possible later in the week. I'll time out the arrival of that rain coming up just after the break.
Discover why Gateway Subaru is Delmarva's destination dealership, earning our customers' trust and exceeding expectations. No matter where you live, experience the Gateway difference with our no-pressure sales approach and fair, honest pricing. Plus, Gateway has more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Need service fast? Our quick service lane is always ready. No appointment needed. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Draper Media seeks a detail-oriented overnight operations technician. This crucial role involves monitoring and managing over-the-air and content, plus quality control. Successful candidates are proactive problem solvers with knowledge in broadcasting systems like Grass Valley Ignite and Sony ELC. This position requires night, early morning, and weekend shifts. Apply today at drapermediajobs.com. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Taking you back to the decade of neon colors, big hair, and of course, great music. Join me, April, every morning at 8 a.m. on 107.1 The Duck as I play some of your favorite tunes from back in the day. It's April's Awesome 80s, sponsored by Easton Auto Care and Denton Auto Care and Tire.
Weather brought to you by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, dedicated to excellence in Delaware and Maryland.
At Coastal Comfort, we know there's no place like home. That's why we're committed to ensuring total comfort for a totally happy home. As a premier Carrier Factory authorized dealer, we're dedicated to providing reliable service and the best savings. Like now, through the end of May, with purchase of a qualified Carrier system, you can instantly receive up to $1,900 off. You could also qualify for up to $2,000 in federal tax credit. Coastal Comfort, a Carrier Factory authorized dealer serving Maryland and Delaware. Carrier, turn to the experts.
It is 6:45 on your Tuesday. We are going to take a live look right now at Seaford. Some people there, Alex, on the way to work. I say, don't go to work. It's too nice out. Stay home. Go to the beach. How about that?
Yeah, I like that plan. All right, I'm going to just walk off set and go to... yeah, okay. Okay, I guess I should stay and tell you the weather. It's going to be a pretty nice day today. You want to get outside and spend some time outside. We're going to be seeing some very warm temperatures taking over today. Warmest that we've seen in weeks here along the coast, and it's going to be sticking around for a while. It looks like spring has finally sprung, and it is going to be sticking around, other than a few cooler days, but the cooler days, even those cooler days, going to be above average for here. Bay Health campus camera in Dover this morning. Beautiful sunrise out there. All across Delmarva, we're seeing beautiful sunrises. Temperature sitting right around 47 degrees in Dover this morning. A bit warmer at the beaches, where we're currently sitting in the 50s. It's 50 in Rehoboth Beaches, 51 in Bethany Beach, 47 in Milton, 47 in Milford, 50 degrees currently in Georgetown. So you don't even need that thicker coat this morning as you're heading out the door. Winds are light. Skies, well, we've got some high thin clouds, but as you saw on the camera, the sun's shining through these clouds, this cloud layer, so it's still looking pretty nice out there. That cloud cover is going to thicken up a little bit during the afternoon hours, but really, we should still see a bit of sunshine out there. The low clouds, the rain showers off to our south and west, they aren't going to arrive here until we head into the late afternoon and evening hours, and really during the overnight hours is when those clouds really start to thicken up. Temperatures, even with a little bit of gray this afternoon, going to climb into the mid to upper 70s. Get outside and enjoy it. We're going to see that thicker cloud cover, a few rain showers pass through the area during the overnight hours. That's going to hold our temps to close to mid to upper 50s, close to 60 degrees overnight. And then those clouds actually clear out as we head towards Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday afternoon may actually be nicer than this afternoon because we're probably going to see a bit more sunshine, and temperatures going to be back into the mid-70s. It's going to be gorgeous. You want to spend some time outside. Thursday, it's going to be warm, but Thursday you're going to need to keep an umbrella handy. Clouds are going to be thickening up throughout the daytime hours. Rain showers are going to be moving in during the evening hours, and then some heavy rain, maybe even some strong thunderstorms are going to pass through the region as a cold front slides through the area. That is late Thursday night heading into early Friday morning. But the good news is Friday, for the most part, should be dry. This rain should clear out of the area right around sunrise, and then the rest of the weekend going to be dry, just a little bit cooler as those temps, they're going to go from the mid-70s the next couple of days into the mid-60s Friday and Saturday. But our average high, 64 degrees this time of year. So even Saturday, which is the coolest day of the next 7 to 10 days, well, it's still 2 degrees above average for this time of year. UV index over the next few days going to be right around a 6. Our UV index forecast sponsored by Ocean City, Maryland. That's high UV index, so make sure you're wearing that sunscreen if you plan on spending any extended time outside. Our Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling 7-day forecast staying in the 70s through Thursday. Thunderstorms late in the day on Thursday. That's with that cold front cools us off Friday and Saturday, but the 70s quickly return to end the weekend and start next week.
Alex, thank you. Milford will be holding 3 different candidate Q&A sessions ahead of the City Council election April 27th. It'll be for people to learn more about who is on the ballot. Those session dates include April 18th, April 23rd, and April 25th. Each Q&A will start at 7 p.m. at Milford High School in the auditorium. Those doors open at 6 p.m., and the event is expected to last until 9. Audience members will be provided some forms to submit questions they may have for candidates during each event.
Maryland's Mid-Atlantic Fishery Management Council is looking for anglers to serve on its advisory panels for the next 3 years. Advisory panels provide information and recommendations to the council during the development of fishery management plans. These are made up of fishermen, recreational anglers, environmentalists, or it could be just people who simply are interested in fishing. The state says most advisory panels meet 1 to 2 times per year, and the applications are due April 26th.
Right now, the blood bank of Delmarva has declared a blood emergency. The blood bank says that lower donor turnout during holidays and school breaks have resulted in a shortage of O-negative red cells and platelets, but they still say all blood types are currently needed. Additionally, the bank says it's still recovering from a nearly 50% decrease of youth and first-time blood donors since 2019.
Yeah, with that in mind, here's a blood drive you can participate in. It's in South Bethany. This will help deal with the shortage. It's happening on April 19th at South Bethany Town Hall. You can donate between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Registration now open, and that can be found on the town's website.
It's now 6:50. Let's check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Yeah, today's coastal pet celebrating a birthday all month long. On your screen right now, Esmeralda. This lovely lady is celebrating her 18th birthday. She is loving her presents and the doggy ice cream, and the birthday girl was sent to us by Tammy in Millsboro.
Oh my gosh, she is so cute. She has like no gray hair either, so for how old she is.
It's a great look. Love the hat.
Oh,
love
it's
the
so
shirt.
Sweet. You look like you just turned 2. I mean, maybe even just 1. Well, hey, we want to keep seeing your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos. Tell us what makes your pet so special.
You can scan that QR code at the top of your screen. That way you can submit your furry friends to Coast TV News, and then you can watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. like you're doing now to see all the pets we feature.
Well, spring temps are returning to the coast this week. I'll have a final check on your first weather forecast coming up just after the break.
Dive into the extraordinary this spring at Bella Terrace Garden Center. Discover rare wonders, vibrant annuals, perennials, a wide range of native plants, and lush tropicals. With over 20 years of expertise, trust us to elevate your curb appeal. Explore our website and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for insider tips, inspiration, and exclusive deals that will take your gardening to the next level. Experience the possibilities at our garden center right off Route 16 between Milton and Allendale.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, CoastTV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
In 2019, two visionaries banded together behind a restaurant to create the ultimate pizza, starting from scratch, just like our dough. At the Dough Bar, everything is a season for a reason. From our gourmet specialty pizzas to our signature sandwiches and mouth-watering entrees, we use high-quality ingredients for a freshness you'll crave. Enjoy our specialty cocktails with 16 craft brews on tap, or toast your own s'mores tableside by the water. Order online or visit the Dough Bar, Milton, Delaware's hidden gem.
McMullen Septic Service. Inspection, that's our business. Pumping, that's our business. Installation, that's our business. Repair, that's our business. 3 generations and 70 years of experience. We do it all. Remember, every 2 to 3 years to pump your septic to keep things running smoothly. Serving Southern Kent and Sussex counties. Trust McMullen Septic Service for all your septic needs. Your business is our business.
It is 6:54. It's time now for things you need to know before you go. This was the scene of a house fire in Delmar early Monday morning. A 2-story home on East State Street. Officials say, and according to neighbors, people have not been living there in almost 20 years. Officials also saying nobody was inside that home during the fire. Delmarva Power had disconnected electric service to the house prior to that fire. The cause is still under investigation.
The roundabout near the 5 Points intersection in Lewis still hasn't opened yet. It's been delayed for a whole month from its original plans. DelDOT says the recent heavy rain in the area, traffic on the roundabout will have to wait a bit longer. DelDOT expects to have a new date for the roundabout to open later this week, and once traffic is allowed there, the next step will be to connect Route 9 and the Circle.
Over $100 million in education spending is what Worcester County commissioners are looking at this morning during their budget workshop. It's scheduled the over $109 million figure represents a nearly 9% increase from what was approved in 2024. The school board estimates the county will receive $26 million from the state of Maryland to cover part of these expenses. That new budget must be in place by June 4th.
Happening tonight, home opener for the Shorebirds. Team still looking for their first win of the season after being swept over the weekend in Fredericksburg. First pitch at Purdue Stadium, 7:05. They're playing the Salem Red Sox.
In case you missed it, we have video on your screen right now. It's of the eclipse from Ohio. This was taken by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey, who traveled to Ohio to see the historic event in the path of totality. Very cool there. Well, many couples rush to tie the knots on special dates, like maybe 2/2/2022, 12/24/24. Monday's date wasn't particularly memorable, but it was one for the history books.
Okay, get this page. That's why, for hundreds, it gave new meaning to the phrase, total eclipse of the heart.
That's cute. 358 couples got married in Russellville, Arkansas during the solar eclipse. The event, Elope at the Eclipse, was described by some as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, the mass wedding ended just before the skies above became briefly blackened.
That is sweet. She looks beautiful. I don't know. Would you consider something like that?
No, it would just have to be an accident that we picked a date that was one of those funky dates.
Yeah, I would do that as like a vow renewal.
Wow,
but not the first time around.
Okay. First time around, yeah.
Yeah, first time around, maybe something different. All right, it's 6:56 now. We should take a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, we have one final check with our First Alert meteorologist, Alex Seymour. Alex, looking at a great Tuesday today.
Yes, certainly looking at a pretty fantastic Tuesday here today. You want to get outside as much as you can. Already seeing some gorgeous views out there on our Boardwalk Plaza Hotel camera in Rehoboth Beach. Quiet morning there on the beach. Temperature sitting right around 49 degrees, so a cool, not cold start to the day. You may want some long sleeves on, but probably can ditch that jacket. This afternoon, certainly can ditch it and probably break out the shorts and short sleeve shirts. You can get our forecast by calling our Coast TV First Alert weather line 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a phone call away. We've got some gorgeous weather on the way. Temperatures in the 70s all the way through Thursday. Thunderstorms Thursday evening. It's going to cool us off Friday into Saturday, but the 70s, mid to upper 70s, return next week.
Alex, thank you so much, and thank you all for joining us on Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
We'll be back with Coast TV News midday at 11, so stick around.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Tuesday morning, everybody.